gains. You ain't lift no weights.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Troy here, Superhuman TV, and I'm kicking it today in Wynwood in Miami, Florida. Kind of resembles the hood back here. So I thought I would change things up for y'all, but you guys, I'm sure have heard about the word Trap Queen from my boy Fetty Wap. Well, today is the Trap King workout. So actually a pretty crazy story. I was in downtown Fort Lauderdale about 6 months ago, and we're walking past this club. I believe it was called Club Euro in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And we see that Fetty Wap was gonna be at the club. So me and my boy, we actually go in, and long story short, we get in the background of a Fetty Wap music video. So, you know how they have those quote unquote video hoes? Well, my boy Jeff and I are video bros. So, thought you guys would enjoy that little story. So obviously, Fetty Wap talking about a trap queen, but I'm talking about getting a trap king physique. Now, I know a lot of you guys are focusing on those pretty boy beach muscles. You got your chest, you got your abs, you got your arms. But what really separates your physique, what makes you look like a badass, are those shoulder mountains. So I see a lot of dudes walking around with what I call a bobblehead physique, but I'm talking about getting those black diamond mountains on your shoulders. We don't want none of those bunny slopes. We want those black diamond traps. So let me show you guys what I mean here. Got my mic here. Try not to ruin my equipment. So what you guys gotta realize about your physique, so you look at that separation, when you get those traps in combination with your upper chest, this is what makes your physique pop. So it's this little combination right here. I actually talk about it in the aesthetics blueprint called the Zeus circles. So we're talking about fine tuning, getting those traps up here, then you get that defined upper chest, you're gonna look like a monster. So let me get into my Trap King workout routine. Get into the workout routine, just wanted to show you a couple pictures from my Instagram, give you guys some Trap King motivation, and show you guys how it can really bring your physique together, because I have not always had good traps, really put an emphasis on them over the last year, and I want to show you guys what it can really do for your physique. So if you look here, this picture here from my Instagram, so what we're looking at here on the front is, just look at the separation between my upper chest and my traps. Now, I have not always had that. It took about a year of this trap workout routine to achieve that, but it really makes your physique look powerful when you just look at the chest and the trap separation. So that's what we're really going for in this workout routine, is bringing those traps up and getting that nice separation where when someone looks at you from straight on, you have a defined separation with your chest, and then you also have your traps. And then as you can see from behind, it also gives you a really powerful looking physique. So got a shot of my back here. I think this was like in Hollywood Hills or something. But as you can see, getting that nice elevation and separation from behind really makes you look powerful. So just wanted to show you guys what properly built traps are going to look like from the front and the back. Alright, first exercise of the traps workout. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing 3 sets and I'm going really heavy. I'm actually using straps. So I'm using a little bit of momentum, but the key for this is I want to put a ton of overload on my traps. So we're going 315 here, doing rep range 8 to 12, and I'm knocking out 3 sets of this. Alright, so what I'm doing here, some more heavy overload shrugs. So really focusing on just throwing up a ton of weight. I'm doing sets in the 5 repetition range. So just trying to stick around like 5 to 7. Last rep here, really squeezing the shit out of those traps at the top. And then what I'm doing here is I'm doing an interesting superset to really put a ton of overload and extra volume on my traps. So these are called trap raises. Kind of similar to a lat raise, but I'm only focusing on my traps. So I'm stopping right at halfway and I'm squeezing up on my traps right here. So this just puts a ton of overload directly on your traps, and it's a perfect superset to throw in with really heavy barbell shrugs. So here we go. So as I start to get fatigued, I'm actually transitioning into a full lat raise. So I'm actually stopping the movement and then squeezing the traps, obviously hitting my shoulders as well, but knocking out those traps and putting a ton of time under tension on them.
This one is a personal favorite of mine. I call these the seated dumbbell trap flares. So I'm actually hitting my delts pretty hard here too, but I'm getting a major squeeze here on my traps. You can see those traps working, see the little muscle fibers. So I'm trying to actually flare out my arms a little bit on this exercise. So it is hitting my deltoids, but the main emphasis is actually on my traps. So really try to focus on getting that mind-muscle connection. Focus on squeezing the traps throughout this exercise, slightly flaring out the deltoids as you come up. And I'm also using straps so I can control the weight the entire way through. Here we go. So actually a different day here, but this is another one I throw into my usual trap workout routine. So these are, it's a variation. It's a dumbbell lat raise with trap emphasis. So as you can see, I'm not really lifting up in the normal range of motion where you would with a lat raise. So I'm focusing on bringing it back and squeezing my traps on my way up on the exercise. Finishing up this traps workout with a vengeance. So these are incline bench dumbbell trap raises. So as you can see, really focusing on squeezing the traps, and this angle right here forces you to put all the overload directly on your traps. So as you can see those traps working, see those trap kings getting squeezed right there. So you don't have to go really heavy on this. I mean, I'm only using 47.5, so I would say the weight you use for normal dumbbell shrugs, cut that in half with these exercises. Excuse me, with this particular exercise. And then what I'm doing here, my favorite superset after this, I grab a easy bar, or you could do a straight bar, and I'm putting it behind my body and I'm squeezing my traps. So just putting that bar behind your body is going to work your traps at a different angle, and it is just an awesome superset variation to throw into your Trap King workout routine. So go for some high volume, knock out 10 to 15 reps on the superset. You guys are going to feel a major trap burn.
All right, guys, that was the Trap King workout routine, giving you guys those monster traps. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. We got new videos coming every single Wednesday and Sunday, and make sure you head on over to beachbodysecrets.com. See you there, guys. This is what actually is going to help you guys boost your testosterone. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that cholesterol is the essential building block of testosterone. If you don't have good cholesterol in your body, especially late at night,